Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, welcome back to me at Salmawati. How are you today? So it's ready for our learning? Okay, last week we discussed what is macro and microlinguistic and his association in everyday life. Well, today we will discuss about phonology. Phonology itself is included in linguistic micro that we discussed last week. And now we will learn about what is phonology. So, not for much longer, let's get to the list. Okay, what is phonology? Phonology is the study of sound and is concerned with the production, audition, and perception of speech, sound, colophon. Phonology describes the way sound functions within a given language and operates at the level of sound system and abstract sound unit. Knowing the sound of a language is only a small part of phonology. This importance is shown by the fact that you can change one word into another by simply changing one sound. Consider the difference between the word time and dine. The words are identical except for the first sound. T and D can therefore distinguish words and are called contrasting sound. They are distinctive sound in English, and all distinctive sound are classified and phenomenon. Okay, number 1, minimal pair. Minimal pair are words with different meaning that have the same sound except for one. This contrasting sound can either be consonant or vowel. The word bin and bean are minimal pair because they are exactly the same except for the first sound. The word read and would are also exactly the same except for the vowel sound. The example from above, time and dine, are also minimal pair. In effect, words with one contrastive sound are minimal pair. Another feature of minimal pair is overlapping distribution. Okay, next sound that occur in phonetic environment that are identical are said to be in overlapping distribution. The sound of in, from, bin, and bin are in overlapping distribution because they occur in both words. The same is true for tree and third. The sound of is in overlapping distribution because they occur in both words as well. Okay, number 2, free variation. Some words in English are pronounced differently by different speakers. This is most noticeable among American English speaker and British English speaker, as well as dialectal differences. This is evident in the way neither, for example, can be pronounced. American English pronouns tend to be neither, while British English pronunciation with neither. Okay, number 3, phonemes and allophones. Phonemes are not physical sound. They are abstract mental representation of the phonological unit of a language. Phones are considered to be any single speech sound of which phonemes are made. Phonemes are a family of phones regarded as a single sound and represented by the same symbol. The different phones that are the relation of a phoneme or called allophone of that phoneme. The use of allophone is not random, but rule-governed. No one is taught these rules as they are learned subconsciously when the native language is acquired, to distinguish between a phoneme and its allophone. I will use health to enclose phenomenon and bracket to enclose allophone or phone. For examples, E and I are allophone of the phone. E, I, and A are allophone of the phoneme I. Next, number 4, complementary distribution. If two sounds are allophone of the same phoneme, they are said to be in complementary distribution. These sounds cannot occur in minimal pair, and they cannot change the meaning of otherwise identical words. If you interchange the sound, you will only change the pronunciation of a word, not the meaning. Native speakers of the language regard to the two allophones as variations of the same sound. To hear this, start to say the word cool. Your lips should be pursed in anticipation of U sound, but then say kill inside with your lips still pursed. Your pronunciation of kill sound strange because cool and kill are pronounced with different allophones of the phoneme K. They are separate phonemes. The word bell, bow, and bone, blue, are not in complementary distribution because they are minimal pair and have contrasting sound. Changing the sound changes the meaning of the word. This is just one example of differences between language. Okay, next, number 5, phonological rules. Within the rules of phonology, there are many facts. A. Assimilation. Sound become more like neighboring sound, allowing for S for articulation or pronunciation. Sounds as vowel are nasalized before nasal consonant. Okay, first, harmony. Non-acted vowel become more similar by sharing a feature or set of features common in Finnish. Number 2, gemination. Sound becomes identical to an adjacent sound. Okay, B, epenthesis. Insertion of a sound, Latin homer, becomes Spanish hombre. Okay, first, prothesis. Insertion of vowel sound at beginning of word. Number 2, anastasis. Vowel sound with predictable quality is inserted word internally. Parago. Insertion of vowel sound at end of word. Next, excrescence. Consonant sound inserted between other consonants, also called stop intrusion. Okay, next, number 6, assimilation in English. An interesting observation of assimilation rules is evidence in the formation of plural and the past tense in English. When pluralizing noun, the last letter is pronounced as either S, Z, or as. When forming past tense of verb, the "ed" ending is pronounced is either d, "ed". If you were to sort word into 3 columns, you would be able to tell why certain words are followed by certain sound. Okay, see the table. First, plural noun. For S is cat, cats, and horses. For Z is tips, beeps, and kiss. And for S is logs, dogs, and jokes. Okay, next, past tense. For T is kiss it, love it, and pet it. For D is was it, show it, and wed it. And for it is call it, tease it, and see it. Okay, next, number 7, writing rules. The general rules of phonological is a K word becomes B when it occurs between D and E. Another symbol in valid writing, C for anatomy. C is anything that sounds out. V is whatever the vowel and dilation rule is browser or E. A deleted when occurring after E, and the interaction rule is A or A. A entered after A. Okay, next, number 8, syllable structure. These are 3 peaks to a syllable. First, nucleus for vowel. 2, onset, consonant before nucleus. And 3, coda or consonant after nucleus. The onset and coda are both optional, meaning that the syllable could contain a vowel and nothing else. The nucleus is required in every syllable by definition. The order of the peaks is always onset, nucleus, and coda. A language permit open syllables is consonant plus vowel. But not all language allow closed syllables is consonant plus vowel plus consonant. Language that only allow open syllables are called CV language. The sonority profile dictates that sonority must rise to the nucleus and fall to the coda in every language. The sonority scale from most to least sonorous is vowel, glided, liquid, nasals, and obstruction. Sonority must rise in the onset, but the sound cannot be adjacent to or share a place of articulation, except as in English, nor can there be more than 2 consonants in the onset. This explains why English allows some consonant combination but not other. For example, phrase or phrase is a vowel formed syllable and word because the sonority rises in the onset. P and absurd in less sonorous than air or liquid. However, surprise is not a syllable in English because the sonority does not rise in the onset. The maximality condition states that onset are as large as possible up to the well-formatness rules of a language. Onsets are always paired over codas when syllable-filling words. They are also constrained that state the maximum number of consonants between two vowels of 4 onset and codas have two consonants maximally. An onset and codas can be bigger only at the edges of words. Well, okay, that's the end of the lesson for us today, and thank all for you very much for participating in the viewing and love of my video, and I apologize if there is any error in the spelling or pronunciation of the word, because I'm learning, you're learning, and we can learn there together. I'm Salmawati, permission to resign. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and don't forget to take care of yourself. Bye bye. See you next time.